Po mga kababayan, ma'am sir, this is Jam, the Filipino channel lang ninyo pong lingkod. So today is August 25, 2026 at tayo ngayon ay papunta dyan sa may Orban Deca Homes, dito sa may Manila, Tondo, Manila, Barangay 101, at dadalhin po natin sa NAIA Terminal 3, Barangay 183 Pasay. Okay, so disclaimer lamang po ang content po natin ay kalsada at hindi ang passenger. Kaya naman na sakali man po na may marinig kayong mga pangalan ng lugar, pangalan ng tao, pangalan ng organization sa government o private man yan, wala pong kinalaman ng channel na ito at wala pong pinapatungkulan. Lahat po ng pinag-usapan dito ay pawang dito lamang po yan sa loob at wala pong pinapatungkulan sa labas.
Already incurred. Ibig sabihin, may utang na, babayaran na lang. Na-incur na yung expense, babayaran na lang. Sir, based on what was shared to me, sir, hindi siya utang, no? But arrangements have been done on mga activities that will be done, and then the payment will be done once the money would be available already. Mr. Tanya, what do you mean by obligations already incurred? Anong ibig sabihin para sa inyo nung sinulat niyo yun? Obligations already incurred. Sa simpleng salita, bayarin. Sir, what I meant on this statement, sir, is that there are already arrangements that have been coordinated, sir, prior to the release of the funds. When you say arrangements nga, may pinangako ng bayaran, hindi pa lang nababayaran. Bayarin. Obligations already incurred. May obligasyon na. May pangako na bayaran. Sir, hindi siya pangako, sir, na bayaran. But meron na siyang mga, how do I explain it, sir? Parang meron ng arrangement, sir, that will be done, and then yung payment, sir, will be once available na siya. Sir, in the ordinary course of meaning, that's how you define obligations already incurred that you wrote? Yes, sir. Based on how I understand that information, sir, that's how I indicated it in the letter. That's his answer, Counsel. You may proceed.
Okay, but you will confirm that on those 3 months you wrote in your letter, October, November, and November, at the early parts ng December, wala pang allotment na maaaring pagbasehan ng OVP ng obligasyon ng confidential funds, tama ba?
There was no allotment as of yet.
Ngayon, wala din certification of availability of funds na maaaring na ilabas para sa mga obligasyon na yan, tama ba?
There was no document yet released.
Okay, alam niyo din, Mr. Tonyo, sa tagal ng inyong paninilbihan bilang kawani ng gobyerno, alam niyo na walang obligasyon ng gobyerno na maaaring mag-associate na walang appropriation at sa pagbasta lang, tama ba?
That's correct.
At alam din niyo, base sa joint circular na yung paulit-ulit na sinay sa mga letters ninyo, alam niyo na ang cash advance ay dapat mauna sa gastos. Tama ba?
That's correct.
Hindi ito maaaring legal na gamitin para i-reimburse o pantakip sa mga gastusing na gawa na. Tama ba?
For reimbursements, ma'am, yes, that's indicated in the RJC.
Okay, thank you. Now, pumunta na tayo sa notice of, sa your reply to notice of suspension. Ikaw din sumagot sa reply. Ikaw din ang sumagot sa notice of suspension. Di ba?
Yes, ma'am, I'm one of the
Referring
main
to
authorities.
exhibit time, the notice of suspension that I'm referring to from exhibit 3-I-13-E. Dito sa notice of suspension na to, inuna ng COA, and I quote, there is discrepancy in the total amount of expenses based on the submitted accomplishment report as against the DEPs. Ibig sabihin ng COA, hindi nagtutugma ang total amount ng expenses, the accomplishment report at sa DEPs 25,150,000 pesos. Tama ba?
Oh, that's correct.
In short, may pagkakaibang 150,000.
Yes.
At nung sumagot kayo dyan sa notice of suspension na yan, I'm referring to your letter dated March 13, 2024, which is Prosecution Exhibit P-I-13-A. Sagot ninyo, paliwanag ninyo ay
Continue straight at the first
yung
intersection.
mga
Then,
resibo
in
ay
100
code
meters, turn
ay
left.
subject to certain details. Tama ba? Yan yung paliwanag nyo sa 150,000 pesos.
In 100 meters, turn left onto Willow Street.
Yes, that's correct. Based on our reply.
But 9 days later, sumulat ka ulit sa COA supplementing that earlier reply. Supplemental reply is dated March 22, 2024, which is Prosecution Exhibit P-I-13-B. Now, dyan sa supplemental reply, ipinaliwanag yung muli yung discrepancy ng 150,000. Ngayon, ang paliwanag ninyo, I quote, the reconciliation shows that an amount of 50 pesos under payment of reward and an amount of 100,000 pesos under purchase of supplies were provided by Assistant
In
Secretary
80 meters, turn
Lemuel
right
D.
onto
Ortonio
Peters.
out of his personal funds. Tama ba? What do you recall making that statement in your supplemental reply, Mr. Ortonio?
Based on the information also flashed on the screen.
Yes. Sa'yo galing yung 100. Ikaw yung Level G. Ortonio, Assistant Secretary na pinapatunguhan. Nire-refer dito sa sulat na ito. Tama ba?
That's correct po.
So alam mo rin, dahil ikaw ang nagabot ng pera, alam mo rin kung kailan siya inabot. Kung kailan siya binigay. Tama ba? Yes. So by the time that you prepared your initial response to the notice of suspension, your letter dated March 13, 2024, yung exhibit P-I-13-A na kayo nasa inyong tingnan kanina, at that point, alam niyo na rin na nagbigay ka ng 150,000 pesos. Tama ba?
But I had to confirm first with our special dispersing officer at the time. So we needed to make a reply. So we sent an initial reply and submitted a supplemental
So
reply.
you are trying to say, ang ginawa mo yung letter dated March 13, 2024, nakapagbigay ka na ng explanation na hindi mo pa bine-verify
In 80 meters,
dun
turn
sa
left.
special dispersing officer at sa security officer.
There is already a coordination.
There was already a coordination. Pero hindi mo na itanong. Naitanong mo lamang 9 days later.
That's why we submitted a supplemental reply to ensure that we provide the proper information.
At sinabi nyo pa rito, that was due to the urgency of the expenses. So, ibig sabihin, may sinabi sa inyong expenses na urgent, kaya humingi ng 150,000. In short, pinaliwanag sa'yo
In
kung bakit
30
humingi ng
meters, turn right.
150,000.
Then in 70 meters,
Yes.
turn left.
Yes.
Nilapit ko dito sa akin.
Pick up po.
Sinapos sa our
Sinabi niya.
and then she mentioned that there was a
Tower 1 sa baba.
credit that she had already.
Thank you po.
At hindi rin karaniwan na may hihingi sa'yo ng 150,000 from your own pocket. Hindi naman to karaniwang ginagawa sa OVP or karaniwan ba ito?
No, it's not common.
Okay.
Head
Pero
north,
nung
then
gumagawa ka
in 10
ng
meters,
notice of
turn
suspension, bigla mo
right.
nakalimutan na merong 150,000. Sinabi mo kanina na in-explain sa'yo, sinabi mo na kanina na pinaliwanag sa inyo ni Miss Acosta
In 70 meters,
Nagaling
turn
kay
right,
Colonel
then in
Chica.
50 meters,
yung
turn right
paliwanag
and continue
ng
on the same
urgency
road.
for the request. Tama ba?
Yes. Counsel?
Your... Ask an answer already, Your Honor.
Proceed, Attorney May.
Yung... Mr. Antonio, your salary grade 29, correct?
That's correct, ma'am.
And you're receiving roughly how much in salary monthly? Mr. Antonio. Your Honor, please.
What is the objection,
Relevant.
In
Every
30
relevant, Your
meters,
Honor, it
turn
goes into
right
the
and continue on
credibility
the
of this
same road.
witness.
I think you can afford 150, Counsel. If you remember, Gina said the same yesterday. Witness will please answer the question. Salary grade 29, roughly about 180, 190 gross.
So yung binigay mo ng 150,000 from your personal funds is just around
destination is on the
40,000
left.
short of your monthly salary. Tama ba?
That's correct.
Nung binigay mo ba ito, yung 150,000 na hiningi kang resibo?
Sir, excuse, saan yung Tower 1?
Nagbigay ka ng 150,000.
Tower 1, Elevator 1, dito.
Building 1, ito
Oh,
po yun.
building.
Urgency and
Elevator.
Pero yung elevator po sa kabilang side lang eh. U-turn na po kayo dyan.
Ah, ito lang ito. Sige, thank you.
And were you able to recover the 150,000, Mr. Antonio?
Unfortunately, ma'am, I was not reimbursed
Destination is on the
anymore.
You were not reimbursed.
Up to today, Mr. Antonio? Yes, Your Honor.
At itong 150,000 naman na ito, hindi ito nag-appear.
Ayun.
Yung pagbigay mo ng 150,000, hindi ito nag-appear sa kahit anumang record ng Office of the Vice President.
No.
Hindi.
Chill.
Now, pumunta na tayo sa purchase of supplies. Okay. Earlier,
Turn left onto Roxas Street.
Mr. Antonio, we just sparked one item, yung certifications that were attached to the liquidation report.
Continue for 300 meters, then turn right onto Capelon Street.
You will confirm, Mr. Antonio, that the Vice President herself signed all those certifications.
Yes, ma'am, based on the documents that were presented.
By the way, Mr. Antonio, earlier you mentioned that you submitted EIORs. Did you ask Mrs. Acosta and the security officer kung ano itong mga threats na na-identify in the course of the disbursement of the confidential funds? Naitanong niyo ba?
No, I did not ask anymore, ma'am.
So just to summarize, Mr. Antonio, doon sa August 22, 2022 letter,
In 80 meters,
may I
turn right
request
onto
the
Capelon Street.
technical flash on the screen.
Kindly flash the August 22, 2022 letter signed by Mr. Antonio.
In 40 meters, turn
yung maliwanag para sa confidential funds ay para sa tatlong bagay. Good governance program, functional representation. Para sa travel ng Pangulo. Tama ba?
In 100 meters, turn left at the traffic light.
I'll confirm on the good governance, but on what we indicated, ma'am, is on the conduct of official engagement and functional representation
So, three.
in domestic and in international and domestic events.
So, 3 items, this project. Or 3 items. You have governance, good governance programs, you have official engagement, and functional representation. Tama ba?
That's basically two, ma'am. That's the implementation for good governance program and conduct of official engagements and functional representation.
Thank you, Mr. Antonio. I stand corrected on that. So, those 2 items. Pagdating sa PSP, justification for the 2022 PSP and justification was good governance program. Tama ba?
Yes, based on the documents earlier.
Sa 2023 naman, socio-economic delivery program. As the answered, Your Honor, earlier.
I'm sorry, Counsel. What was the question, Attorney May?
For the 2023 certification, Your Honor, the justification was socio-economic delivery program.
On the assumption that she's winding up, Attorney Christine, because she said she's summarizing the points that were the points that the witness had already answered to. I will allow it. Witness may answer. Yes, Mr. Antonio. You want the question repeated?
Can you repeat the question, ma'am?
For the 2023, ang paliwanag niyo para sa confidential funds ay dahil gagamitin ito sa socio-economic delivery program. Tama ba?
Yes, as indicated in the document earlier.
Okay. At sa mga certifications naman na isinumitin ninyo in response to the AOM, sinabi dito na ginamit ang confidential funds para sa surveillance to ensure that no untoward incident will happen. Tama ba?
Yes, based on the document
Based on
earlier,
the
ma'am.
document. At para naman sa sagot nyo sa AOM,
Continue for
pati
1
sa MS,
kilometer, then keep left at the
sinabi naman
traffic
ito,
light.
gagamitin ang confidential funds para sa surveillance activity that would help you determine and identify areas
Continue straight at this traffic light.
i-roll out yung mga proyekto ninyo. Tama ba?
That's one of the
That's one of
the justifications that we indicated.
which never appeared sa prior documents. Tama ba?
Yes.
Yes. So in short, nagbigay kayo ng 4 na bersyon, 4 na rason para sa isang pondo. Tama ba? Your Honor, please.
I was expecting something, Attorney Christine. Yes.
Yeah, it's misleading, Your Honor. 4 na version. And conclusion of facts.
If I may, Your Honor.
I'll allow it, Attorney Christine. The witness is intelligent enough to be able to identify that indeed some answers were different from the previous ones.
Just to set the
I'm
record
just
straight,
not
Your
so
Honor.
sure if it's 4, but
Just set the record straight, Your Honor. I did not say 4. I mentioned 5.
narinig ko 4 eh. Narinig ko 4 eh. So I don't know the number of versions you have.
Continue
But
straight
you
at this
again,
traffic
several versions or explanations were given. Not
For the same-
for the same expense.
There were different justifications.
Okay, different justifications for the same fund, for the same confidential fund. Tama ba?
Can I clarify?
Say yes or no?
There were four explanations
There were 4 explanations for the same fund. Yes.
for yes.
Yes. So in short, my advice, you will also agree with me na investigation, maaaring nagsisinungaling lang or talaga namang ito ay isa lamang scam.
Your Honor,
You and I both know, Attorney May, I have to sustain whatever basis for the objection, Attorney Christie.
yes, Your Honor. Please describe the scam and nagsisinungaling.
So let's take it off the record.
Continue
Yes,
straight
I
to the
do, Your
first
Honor.
traffic light.
Yes, proceed, Attorney May.
And you, Sir Tonyo,
Keep left.
kanina sinabi mo na si Vice President mismo ang humingi ng confidential fund sa simula pa lang. Siya ang humingi ng 250 million para mula sa DBM. Tama ba?
Yes.
Siya rin ang nag-decide kung anong amount, magkano amount ang i-request. Tama ba? Ultimately, kanyang nagaling ang desisyon. Tama ba?
Yes.
At pinirmahan niya rin ang approval para sa pag-release ng pondo. Tama ba? Through the disbursement vouchers. Tama ba?
Yes.
Yes. Pinirmahan niya rin
In
yung
400
liquidation
meters,
report
keep
sa
left
specification
onto Mel Lopez Boulevard.
supporting the liquidation report. Tama ba?
Yes.
In short, you will agree with me. This whole confidential funds matter, ang arkitekto at mastermind ito ay si Vice President Sara Weller.
Your Honor, please, objection.
Sustain.
Move to strike, Your Honor, that
Your Honor,
statement.
may we request Your Honor that it be intervened on this.
May I request you likewise to,
Strike, Your Honor.
I will have to strike it off, counsel. Kindly replace it with words that are more acceptable, such as that everything was approved by and with the consent of or with the full knowledge of. It's up to you. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Mr. Antonio, she was the architect. Yung confidential funds na to,
Objection, Your Honor.
kung paano ito i-disperse at gagamitin, i-utilize, siya ang architect ng fund ito.
I will have to sustain the objection again, counsel. Allow me, Mr. Tonyo, lahat ng nangyayari at ginawa kaugnay ng confidential fund mula sa paghingi nito sa DBM, sa paggastos, kung paano ito ginastos, paano ito na-liquidate, kasabay na yung mga sagot na binigay kaugnay sa OEM, notice of suspension, notice of disallowance. Lahat ito ay alam, nasa ilalim ng supervision, pinahintulutan at inotorisa ng ikalawang pangulo.
Can you repeat, Your Honor?
Lahat ng bagay kaugnay sa confidential fund
Continue for 1 kilometer,
mula sa
then enter the other
pag-request,
circle and take the
sa
second exit.
pag-release, sa pag-encash, sa paggastos, sa pag-liquidate, sa pagsagot sa mga AUM, notice of suspension at notice of disallowance, ay una, nalalaman ng ikalawang Pangulo. Pangalawa, inotorisa niya base sa mga pirma niya sa iba't ibang dokumento. At pangatlo, ay nasa ilalim ng kanyang supervision bilang head of agency. Would that be an accurate statement or tell me if it's not?
Based on my understanding, sir, and based on what I know, sir, yes, the vice president knows about the confidential activities and how it is being implemented.
I'll proceed further. May ginawa ka ba na hindi alam o inauthorize ni Vice President Sara kaugnay sa confidential funds kasabay na yung pagsagot mo sa mga AUM, notice of suspension at disallowance?
None, Your Honor.
Lahat alam niya at inauthorize niya.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sa pagkakaalam mo, may ginawa ba si Gina o si Colonel Lachica kaugnay ng confidential funds mula sa disbursement, mula sa withdrawal, disbursement at liquidation na hindi nalalaman o inautorisa ng ikalawang Pangulo, if you know?
As to Miss Gina and Colonel Lachica, Your Honor, I would have no personal knowledge on it.
Okay.
Your
Any
Honor,
final questions, Attorney May?
That would go further, Your Honor.
Your Honor, please.
Yes, Attorney May, Attorney Christine, rather.
Before we release the witness and
Uy!
adjourn,
Ala!
Your Honor.
No!
There is
Hindi
a
nakita
consensus,
kasi...
Your Honor, that
Kasi sumingit eh.
will ask the court,
Hindi talaga makikita ng truck yan.
The court to remind the prosecution, Your Honor, not to
Hindi talaga
use
makikita ng truck yan,
inappropriate
sumingit siya.
words, Your Honor, like scam,
Hindi kasi,
mastermind,
kamuti rin kasi.
sinungaling. This is
Hindi
the
talaga
third
makikita.
time, Your
Oh,
Honor,
taas ng truck
that,
yan eh.
we have heard those
Singitan mo
words.
doon.
Specifically the word scam.
Yan ang
And,
ugali lang kasi ng
this
mga
is a
ano na
court of
ano,
proceedings,
delikado.
This is a court of law, this is a court of procedure,
Ugali
and
ng
actually
mga
a court of
motor.
decorum. And we are not supposed to make insinuations, accusations, or conclusions, Your Honor. So we request the court
Buti, nakaalis siya.
to remind the prosecution.
Hindi, pit siya doon.
Yes, I agree with counsel. Earlier, the court made an admonition and reminder to the counsel for the panel of prosecutors, but did not strike out those statements. But subsequent similar statements made were stricken off from the record by the presiding officer. But it does seem that it's becoming a, I would rather use the word habit than pattern. For the panel of prosecutors to close their direct with such strong statements. So kindly,
Get the circle and take the second exit.
yes, what is the pleasure of Senator Judge Cayetano?
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, Mr. Senate President, dear colleagues. I'd just like to take note that so the presiding officer made a ruling. We all know the intention and the duties of the prosecution. We admire your passion in trying to prove your allegations, but we're also all aware that the medium is the messenger. So during the time of radio and even TV, you make that statement and then it is stricken off the record. It's forgotten. There's no, if I can use the word, mind conditioning. And in fact, when I first became a senator in 2007, talagang hahanapin mo talaga yung records. That's why even here, kapag ka may disagreements and medyo nadala ng emotion, pinapa-strike off the record. At pagka sa labas ng Senate nangyari, naghahamunan ng, you say that here, para magsagutan tayo. So the problem na with coming up with words, especially, and this is for both sides, and even for the senator judges, when we use certain words that can be, sa Tagalog, bansag, binansagan mo na na scam o scammer, binansagan mo na nagnakaw, etc. So I personally, I don't mind if you use words that is already in your pleadings or in your articles of impeachment. But of course, it still should come from the witness unless you can frame it in a way that it's not only the dignity of the court. I'm just saying, let's all be aware that when we say it, even if we say withdrawn or even, both sides, kahit sabihin mo withdrawn na to, kahit sabihin mong nice try, etc. We know that that's for the cameras, not just for the court. Diba? Kasi kaming 24, whether we watch it here, we watch it in our cell phone, we watch it inside, kami magde-decide. But we all know we're also trying to convince you, not we. The prosecution and defense is trying to convince the public that either the Vice President or her office or whoever is guilty or innocent. So, yun lang, let's be circumspect without pointing fingers to anyone, both sides. Dahil kapag may certain word na may not only negative but may emotional attachment, magbabiral na yan, and it will really affect the integrity not only of the court but of the decisions sa huli. Diba? So, I just like to agree with you and emphasize na, you know, in the future, if you say that nagkamali, let's not give each other, no? Even kahit kami mga senator judges, nagkakamali din kami. Lalo pag nag-i-interview na or nagkaharap na yung vloggers or yung traditional media. But once masabi mo, it takes a life of its own, diba? Those words. So we have to really be more circumspect in choosing our words.
I will allow Attorney May to comment before we proceed with other administrative matters. Yes, Attorney May?
Well, Your Honor, we apologize if sometimes we get carried away by our zeal and our passion, Your Honor. But we as a prosecution, we just want to call a spade a spade.
Within limits,
But-
you may.
Yes, Your Honor. But henceforth, to borrow the words of my colleague, Your Honor, we will try to behave.
That will be part of the chair's ruling as well. However, since we're ending at 2:30, Attorney Christine, your cross will proceed tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor.
And redirect and recross as well, but with the permission of the counsel for the parties, so the chair will begin the proceedings tomorrow with its ruling in regard to the August 12th manifestation of Attorney Sheila. So we will begin tomorrow with Attorney Ligutan, giving him his 5 minutes of explanation, or not longer than that, the ruling, and then we'll proceed with your cross, Attorney Christine, and then your redirect and recross, if any, by Attorney May and Attorney Christine, respectively. In the meantime, before we adjourn, for the information of Senator Judges, according to the Senate President, we shall convene session at 3 p.m. The court acknowledges the report of the Clerk of Court with respect to the comparison of the acknowledgement receipts and directs the Clerk of Court to furnish a copy of its findings, which the presiding officer initially mentioned last week, to the counsel for the parties as well as the Senator Judges. So ordered. In relation to the condition of Edward Fajarda, I am in receipt of a report by Dr. Season, the Bureau Director of the Medical and Dental Bureau of the Senate, confirming the condition of Mr. Eduardo Fajarda, that he is recommended to have bed rest or to rest for 2 weeks, which began last August 20 and which shall end on September 3. Chair therefore instructs the Clerk of Court to issue the corresponding subpoena in the subsequent trial date on September 7, 2025 at 10 a.m. The court would also like to note and point out the manifestation yesterday of Attorney Sheila on the 5-day notice rule. When we checked the TSN just to make sure, the 5-day notice rule applies to witnesses not mentioned in the pretrial order. In regard to witnesses mentioned in the pretrial order, it will not apply, although as the chair already said yesterday, you still have enough time, Attorney Sheila, because I think you'll be able to cross Colonel, who's the first? Would you know, Attorney May? Who's the first witness, if ever, that you will call a Colonel?
Colonel Borensing, Your Honor.
If at all, the cross-examination of Colonel Borensing will happen on a Monday, so you still have more than enough time to prepare for your cross of the good Colonel. Then Tuesday, then more than enough time. Yes, Attorney Sheila.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Your Honor, would just like to return to the presiding officer's statement on the application of the 5-day motion of the more than 5 days, Attorney Sheila, for this witness.
I think we will receive
The presiding officer will be conscious of the fact that as much as possible, the witnesses for the following week will be announced by the lead prosecutor on a Wednesday the week before. to afford ample time for both sides to prepare, even when it comes, when your time comes, Attorney Sheila, to
Yes, Your
present your
Honor.
evidence in
I
chief.
understand, Your Honor, but if I may just be allowed also to explain
Yes, ma'am.
further my concern. My concern is that if this is the new rule moving forward, that it would seem to me that there would be no more period or prior period to be observed in the nature of disclosure of witnesses for the following days or hearing days, then that would be a concern not only for the defense but also for the prosecution when the time comes for the defense to present its witnesses. And so, and also I recall that at the start of this trial, the court made it clear that, as the presiding officer had said, the parties must disclose their intended witnesses for the next week at the end of the hearing scheduled for the week prior. And so, even if I do not want to dispute what the presiding officer had said regarding the BSN or the records about this ruling, but just so parties are guided, may we now ask if the 5-day prior
straight at this traffic
will govern the proceeding moving
As
forward.
a rule, subsequent witnesses for the following week should be announced in open court the Wednesday of the previous week. So
Okay,
kung
Your
sino man po yung mga testigo, sa darating na linggo, Lunes hanggang Martes, Miyerkules, dapat sabihin na sa huling araw ng paglilitis ng linggo bago yung susunod na linggo. Maliban na lang, ulitin ko, kapag may pagkakataon tulad ngayon, na medyo kakaiba naman, para hindi masayang yung oras at panahon ng husgado, kakaintay sa testigong hindi maganda ang karamdaman. So as a rule, counsel, yes, and we will make sure to afford time, and if you cannot, if you need more time, the court will be lenient in order to provide adequate time to prepare in fairness for both parties, not only the counsel for respondent.
Your Honor, please submit with the clarification.
Thank you. Yes,
Just for purpose of
Honorable
clarity,
Ministro?
Your Honor.
Yes, Honorable Lisa?
Because we acknowledge that we are still adopting and maintaining the
5 days.
certain number of days required before the
Continue
for the
straight at this
succeeding
traffic
week.
light.
But I understand the concern of Attorney Sheila from 5 days. Perhaps we can place it on record to change the 5-day notice rule to 4-day notice rule. That is to be consistent with Wednesday, Your Honor, as the submission of the witnesses for the succeeding week.
It's the same, counsel. Wednesday, Monday would be the 5th day, so that's still 5 days. It's not necessarily 5 days prior. Let's stick to what was originally agreed, and by way of exception, as the need arises, we will cross the bridge when we get there and still ensure that both parties will be given adequate time and will be given fair shake
Thank you,
to
Your Honor.
prepare for the witness.
One more point, Your Honor.
Yes,
Just
Attorney
to
Sheila?
avoid any ambiguity, may we also request a disclosure be made via email, Your Honor, so that the disclosure be received by the other party in a time.
Via email
Thank you.
before the trial on Wednesday, because on a Wednesday we'll hear it anyway.
We're okay at the end of the trial day on Wednesday, Your Honor.
But we'll hear it anyway in open court.
Well, whether they do it in the morning or if they choose to do it after the hearing on Wednesday.
And one more thing, Honorable Luis Troch, I would like to remind the prosecution to kindly submit proposed circumstances or stipulation, facts for stipulation and documents for stipulation at least a day before the witness is set to be presented, so that the counsel for respondent will have ample time to review, study it, and hopefully shorten the proceedings by stipulating to it. Same ruling applies to the counsel for respondents when their time comes to present their evidence in chief.
May know the instructions, Your
Thank
Honor.
you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Gata. What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Zubiri?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. President. Before we adjourn today's session, I'd just like to ask, in broad strokes, the timelines moving forward for the impeachment proceedings, because we're also entering the budget season. As a matter of fact, Monday to Wednesday, nandito na po tayo from 9 to
Continue straight at the first
po
traffic
kasi
light.
majority
Then
leader po tayo, so
100
I'm not
meters,
to leave,
keep
but
left
from
on
9 to 8, nandito po ako, kasama na ibang mga kasama ko dito. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is hearing of our committees. And we have only one day to have our committee hearings. And so, like to be guided accordingly. Once the budget starts being discussed, all departments will be coming here. Thursday, Friday, Saturday siguro, abot tayo ng Saturday. So wala nang pahinga yung mga staff natin. I just want to know from the presiding officer, what is the plan? Are we going to take this all the way up to December? Because Burr months are fast approaching. I think in 2 weeks' time, Jose Marichan will be singing again in all the malls. Kidding aside, we just need to be guided accordingly for our legislative calendar as well, Mr. President. Just broad strokes, maybe from the prosecution, do we know, are we going to finish this before the December break? Because we want to know if we're going to continue all the way till February on this topic, so that in the legislative calendar, we can also make adjustments. Meron po tayong legislative calendar that we approve both houses. So at least kami, also, if there's an impeachment calendar, then we can be guided accordingly, because the chairman of the Committee on Finance is heavily stressed out. Every time I see him, he doesn't know how we're going to have the hearings all together, Mr. Presiding Officer. Just some queries, administrative queries, so that we can move forward and make both the legislative calendar and the legislative calendar work for these two proceedings.
In 80 meters, keep left at the 4 to
legislation. To respond to Senator Judge Zubiri, in broad strokes, the presiding officer is optimistic and hopeful that we will complete these proceedings before the end of the year. Second, we will be having a more specific schedule for the impeachment once our chair of the Committee on Finance comes up with this calendar for the deliberation on the budget. Given that that is the most important piece of legislation that the Senate, as the legislative body, is supposed to pass, we have to allocate enough time for that to ensure its passage before the end of the year, giving due consideration to the Bicameral Conference Committee as well as inputs coming from the House of Representatives through the GAT. So once that comes out, Senator Jasvili, we can roughly give you a picture and idea with respect to the timeline and the schedule, and if we will shift, and if we will indeed shift, how and when. Also for the information of the parties. There be no other matters to take up and discuss. Again, tomorrow we shall have your first, the cross-examination of Mr. Ortonio. But before that, the comment of Attorney Ligutan, the ruling of the chair with respect to the August 12 manifestation of Attorney Sheila, and then redirect, recross, and intervention of the senator judges in relation to Mr. Ortonio, and if we still have enough time for the prosecution's next witness. There be no other points taken. Trial is hereby adjourned until tomorrow, August 26 at 10 a.m. Balikan mga kaibigan, report pa rin dyan sa Senado mula kay Department of Health.
With next isa, kaugnay ng aparatan sa Vice President na mali pag-alit ng confidential funds para sa Article 1. Ang allegation dyan ay misuse and misappropriation ng confidential funds ng Office of the Vice President at ng Department of Education o DepEd, kung saan hinarap silang hostile witness. Si Ortonio muli staff mula 2022 hanggang sa ngayon at dati pang taungan ng Vice President nung mayor pa ng Davao City, si VP Duterte. Sa direct examination sa kanya ay ang kanyang pinapirma 2022 wala pang 2 buwan bilang bago nila na Vice President na request si Vice President Duterte ng confidential fund 250 million pesos yung saan na request ng confidential fund pero natanggap ng OVP noong December 20, 2022 ay 125 million pesos.
In 100 meters, turn right off the ramp.
President po ang nagtakda ng amount na hiningi, hindi yan ang galing sa administrative process ng OVP. Sa pagtatanong kanina, si Senator T.B. Escudero, presiding officer ng church, ang tinanong niya kung para madaling salita pag direct examination ni Attorney May
Divina Gracia. Kung alam ba, sa Vice President lahat, mula sa pag-request, pag-release, management ng cheque para sa confidential funds, yung pag-gastos at pag-liquidate. So, yes, susunod na itong si Attorney Secretary Civil Orfonio at dyan is natanong itong si Attorney Divina Gracia kung sabihin na ay ang Vice President ang arkitekto at mastermind ng confidential fund. Bukod ba ang provision?
Naging controversial yan, Nispa, dahil doon sa mga pananalitang ginamit. Scam. Mastermind,
at
diba?
mastermind. Kasi
Arkitekto.
yung paggamit ng mga salita na talagang catchy, di ba? So doon sa mastermind, pinapalitan ni sa Escudero, sabi ko namin ng ibang term. Kaya yung na yung nagtanong na ano ba, may alam ba ang Vice President? Meron sa information dito. Kasi para sa kanila ay hindi tama yung paggamit ng salitang mastermind. Kasi pag sinabi mo mastermind, negative na kaagad.
Parang kriminal di ba?
Oo. At yung sa
dulo, di ba?
Oo, punot dulo. So, sabihin mo mastermind, meron ka ng primensya agad, di ba? Oo. Yun ako. So, doon sa direct examination ni Attorney Divina Gracia, nag-trending si Attorney Divina Gracia ngayong araw na ito. Sabi niya yung request na confidential fund, walang legal and financial plan na requirement sa confidential fund. Nagkaroon lang ito at gumawa ng ganyang plan ng OVP September 16, 2022. So walang itemization, programs and activities na para sa pagkakasipan daw ng confidential fund. Nakasaad lang good governance program sa umbrella program ng OVP.
Parang ang lumalabas din pa doon sa direct examination, ginastos muna ng walang plano at saka lang nagsumite.
Request ang ginastos.
Oo, tsaka lang nagsumite ng breakdown dahil para lang makakomply. Parang ganun ang lumalabas.
Kasi merong audit observation memo ang COA eventually nagsundan ng notice of suspension, di ba? At saka ang notice kung susundan ninyo ang mga pesa na inihalay ito si Attorney Divina Gracia sa direct examination. Noong August 22, 2022, nirequest si confidential fund. And then, kung ano matatandaan, sabi December 20, 2022 na-release yung pondo, naubos yan December 21 to December
In 100 meters, turn left at the traffic light.
Wala na sa Piato na Sobra. And then, ang sinabi ni Gina Acosta, dati person working officer ng OVP, ibinigay yung pera kay Colonel Dante Laguna sa utos ni Vice President Duterte. Pinursos ito na itong si Laguna ay na-appoint bilang doon sa security ng Vice President, ground commander siya ng DC Special Protection Group, September 16, 2022. So, ibig sabihin ay na talaga siya sa security ng Vice President, nauna na yung request para sa confidential fund. Ngayon, sabi ni O'Connor dito sa direct examination, sa pagkakaalam niya, walang confidential fund. Yung sinunda ni Vice President sa pwesto, si dating Vice President Robredo, zero sa OVP na confidential fund. Nung pinili na, nagkaroon ng 125 noong December 2022 hanggang ang naging kabuuan, 500 million pesos na dahil nabigyan ng 125 million pesos each ng first, second, and third quarters ng 2023. Doon sa direct examination ay sinabi ni Attorney Divina Gracia, doon sa releases ng confidential fund, nagkaroon ng audit observation memo, may mga pula ang COA, nagkaroon ng iba't ibang explanation. Ang sabi niya, bakit nagkaroon ng iba't explanation? So, either nagsisinungaling or takso. Kasi po malagi si Attorney Ferrer ng depensa na yun nga sabi niya ay gumagamit ng mga pananalita, palagi nang gumagamit ng ganyang salita na hindi nararapat. At ang sinabi daw dito sa direct examination, ang na-notice ng COA ay merong pare-pareho yung sa liquidation para sa confidential fund given in 4 tranches, di ba? Sabi ay, halimbawa, para sinabi kasi ng confidential fund para sa safe implementation ng projects ng Vice President, and then para sa security ng Vice President at mga pupuntahan. Sa mga liquidation, meron pare-pareho na natanggap na in 4 tranches, meron pare-pareho 6 million pesos for 8 houses, 10 million pesos for travel expenses, 40 million for medical and food aid. Pare-pareho
sa liquidation na given in 4 tranches. Bagaman, yung sa unang tranche na 125 na natanggap ng December 20, 2022, naubos yung 11 days, naubos yung 11 days, so, dito ay bakit yun naubos yung 11 days, 15 million, tapos sa first quarter, 15 million pesos pa rin. Pero, ang nakabisado doon, iba-ibang areas, kung pinuntahan, mas maraming areas na pinuntahan daw yung pondo at yung 11 days, as compared to the fewer number of days na nakabis dun sa first, second, and third tranches ng confidential fund noong 2023. So, dito nga, bago magtapos ay na ang constitution na palaging ganun, may mga sinasabing scam, mastermind, sinungaling, ipinaalala na it is solid procedure for the forum, hindi dapat gumagawa ng mga ganun pananalita na mayroon ng insinuation. So, sinabi naman ni Senator Keith Escudero na na-remind na niya yung constitution at narinig naman natin na pinapas-strike out niya sa record yung mga ganyan pananalita. Bagaman, strike out na sa record, narinig na natin lahat. Narinig na natin pare-pareho. Sabi ni Escudero, hindi niya sasabihin habit rather than pattern isinilitaw para sa prosecution na sinusuga naman ni Senator George Alan Peter Quintano. Tungkol kay Edward Pahala na supposedly sa ang witness ngayon, dating FCO ng DepEd, confirm na ng doktor ng Senado, ito'y pinuntahan kagabi, ang ating information kagabi pinuntahan ng Senate Doctor, pa-confirm na nagkasakit niya ay advised to rest ng 2 weeks na start of 20. So, instead na ngayon, ang araw sa September 7 sa pangaharating 10 a.m. So, doon sa sinabing sa AS, hindi pa magbabago yung schedule ng Senate kasi merong proposal na ibalik sa hapon yung impeachment trial. Pero as it is, September 7, 10 a.m., sabihin hanggang sa susunod na linggo ay alas 10 ng umaga pa rin ang impeachment trial tuwing Lunes hanggang Miyerkules. So, bukas ang continuation ng impeachment trial at mababalik din ito si Lino Nortonio para sa cross-examination ng panig naman ng depensa. Mula rito sa Senado, Dean Parabelo, sa Radio DCWB.
Maraming salamat, Dean Parabelo. Isa sa gusto kong puntuhan, Attorney Rowie, itong yung mga paggamit niya ng mga termino.
Ng Philippine, ready na ba siya? Okay, ready na ho siya, si Philippine,
Continue straight on first
Philippine
traffic light,
Society
then
for
in
Public
200 meters,
Administration
turn
at
right.
Professor ng Public Administration, University of Makati. Wala iba kundi si Dean Ederson Tapia. Dean? Dean, good afternoon. Okay, hindi pa siya, ready? Okay, Dean, ready? Can you hear me, Dean?
Yes, good afternoon, Sir Danny.
Oo, pasensya na dahil medyo biglang natapos din yung trial kanina, Day 18. Pero narinig mo ba yung naging direct examination ng prosecution dito kay Ortonio, yung Assistant Chief of Staff at saka ASEC ng OVP, si Lemuel Ortonio?
Well, yes, Sir Danny, nakamonitor tayo, no? And I think there are certain things na dapat nating i-highlight, especially coming from my perspective of public administration. Alam mo, sa akin, ang pinaka-disturbing doon is yung proseso na siningit nila kung paano sinagawa itong confidential funds. Kasi in government, and I think in most organizations, yung parang pwede proposal, and then the proposal gets approved. Saka kami bigyan ng pera. Ito parang baliktad yung proseso. Bigyan mo na ng pera, hindi natin alam, yung 250 million request na yun, hindi natin alam kung ano yung naging basihan ng 250 million na yun. And then, nung na-file na yung request, saka pa yung gumawa ng plano. So, fact, yun yung tinutumpok niya, no? Without so saying, dahil sa dami ng security details ni Vicky Sara, 400 plus at presidente, yung mga previous vice president, hindi umabot sa ganitong dami, tinutumpok na, no? Without so saying, na lahat naman na confidential funds were actually used also to finance the, I don't know, additional payment ng mga security needed ni Vicky Sara, no? She didn't say explicitly, pero doon siya mapunta, Sir Dante, no? And katulad mo, yun din yung naisip ko dun sa mga linya ng pagtatanong.
Oo, kanina, di ba? Parang nagkaroon ka ako ng pagluluta, no? Although, hindi malinaw sa akin kung ano yung pagkasagot niya kasi parang nung lumilito, hindi niya alam as far as he is concerned, di ba? Yung tungkol dito sa posibleng double payment na binibigay dun sa pondo rin ng confidential funds.
At saka ilalagay ng defense counsel dahil maaaring nababanggit nila kung ano yung magiging trajectory doon. But it's worse, ito, I think, yun ang naging nadyak na ginawa ng prosecution dahil it will really make the public think na, ano, may sweldo na itong mga to. Baka naman doon napunta. Kasi, remember, kung pakikinggan natin yung testimony ni Gina Acosta yesterday, ang pera ibinigay kay Colonel Chica. No? He's the head of security ngayon. Kung ito tutulong yun kung sa mga klase ng pagtatanong kanina, maaaring ang gusto ipunto ay baka naman talaga sila lang. They're supposed to be for confidential use. Kaya ako pinuksan.
So moving forward, bukas, hopefully ay magkaroon na ng cross-examination ni Pat Defense at yung magtatanong na mga senator judges, ano pa kayo mga gusto mo marinig o mga pagtatanong o at least i-push nila para at least malinaw na kung ano yung pwede pa idagdag na informasyon na somehow ay makakatulong para bigyan ng maalaman pa rin mga Pilipino tungkol dito sa sa article number 1 o sa misuse of confidential funds.
Continue for 800 meters, then turn right towards via Terminal 3.
Magsisimula tayo by kasi gagawin ni PDA leader of the event to give out the story, no? Pero dun sa mga siyempre, pag nagtanong na yung mga senator competitor, hindi naman sila masyadong frustrated nung paano sila and I think nakita naman na natin sino yung may mga sensibilities magtanong dyan like ako, puro sa tingin ko yung training ni Senator Rizal de Veros as a journalist for many years, it's very useful kasi mas naiintindihan natin na talagang nangyari. Sino ba ang nagbigay ng directive pagbigay ng pera, no? Beyond the legalistic beyond all the detailed projections, ano ba talaga, paano nyo ginasta yan? Bakit nauna yung paghingi ng pera at pag-release ng pera kaysa sa plano?
In 200 meters, turn right towards via Terminal 3.
Kailangan ito talaga, no? Malinaw, ano gagamitin ng pera, saka yung ibibigay sa'yo, hindi pagkalitan.
So how would you size up yung testimony ni nagbigay mo siya ng linaw kahit paano na i-connect dun sa mga una sinasabi ni Gina Acosta, ito si Lemuel Octodio?
I believe so, no? I think naman yung, kaya lang siguro tayo kasi mga Pinoy, medyo nagiging impatient tayo dun sa takbo ng mga magtatanong dahil kung baga hindi
mapagala na naman di ba? Maagal na naman di ba? Agad may stopping.
Imbis na kung baga rin meron sa pagbiyahe ng Quiapo, nagtitinto pa sa Divisoria para makarating dun sa Quiapo, kaya medyo nabibitin tayo, no? Kaya lang, kailangan nilang gawin yan, training nila
Next
sa
left,
mga
Coast Lane, then in 100 meters, make a slight left.
sabi naman, yung version ng prosecution malinaw na ano yun po, na merong use na nangyari dito sa confidential funds kasi hindi ang SDU to ang talagang nag-divert at disperse ng pera at ibinigay lamang on the direction, on the order of the head of the agency. So yun ang klarado
In
at this
100
point.
meters,
So
you
of
will
course,
arrive
we
at
will
your
still wait kung ano
destination.
yung sasabihin ng defensa, but at this point, I think the prosecution is moving in the right direction. Medyo natatagalan lang tayo dahil ang gusto natin talaga action, bakbakan at saka straight to the point.
Anyway, yung isa pa rin naging highlight kanina din, no? Siguro kung meron rin comment dahil member ka rin ng team. Eh, di ba nag-call out din at merong ruling si Presiding Officer Cheese, no? After sinabi ni Defense, si Christine Ferrer, na kung maaari, mag-refrain naman ang prosecution using mga strong statements like yung mga words, like yung mga mastermind, scam, di ba? Parang at least, huwag ka ng mga conclusion of facts, yung mga ganito na, sinabi naman, nag-agree naman si Senate President, presiding officer, yung mga ganong conduct, pero alam naman natin, nagpapa-apologize naman ang prosecution in this, yung behavior.
Well, I think that's all part of the
drama.
Part of the drama kasi whether we admit it or not, dati kung talaga may go by the book, baka tayo makatulog dun sa proseso. No? So, i-inject ng mga ganong klase ng statement to bring back attention. No? Parang, halimbawa, sa amin, bilang mga guro, bilang mga teacher, kung natin mo paminsan-minsan yung mga estudyante mo just to make sure that they are still paying attention. And I think ganun yung nangyayari doon. No? And, well, of course, narinig ko din yung salita kanina ni Senator Cayetano patungkol dito. But I think wala naman umaabot pa doon sa talagang blatant na violation ni Kama. No? So, at the very least, siguro nandun sila sa
You have arrived at your destination.
Subukan din naman ng defense kung kaya nilang gawin yung gano'n. They're kasi they're in a very difficult position dahil kailangan nilang pagtanggol yung kanilang kliyente. But, kaya nga, they're on the defense, defensive talaga sila, as the prosecution, baba na talaga ng ganyan yan para to work out the interest of the viewing public.
Kaya medyo time rin siguro dahil bukas magkakaroon na ng ruling si Presiding Officer Cheese doon sa case ni Ligutan. Dahil kung sub judice rule, kasi hindi ko rin ang ibang mga nagsasalita. Kung maaari, huwag na muna magsasalita yung mga member ng prosecutors o members ng defense. Kaya naman daw silang mga spokespersons. Kasi medyo nakakaluan pag ang dami-dami nagsasalita on the part of magkabilang panig, medyo tuloy nagugulo yung takbo ng proseso, yung trial. Sabi nila, why don't you reserve it only to yung mismong spokesperson lang ang magsalita para syempre media, own yan sa mga informasyon. Minsan sa social media, hindi ko na alam kung na yung tamang informasyon na nakukuha mo
Yeah, kaya lang, siyempre, we will await the ruling of the presiding chair tomorrow. Kaya lang, sinasabi ko dyan, Sir Danny, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Dapat applicable yan sa lahat ng mga partido. Hindi naman yung mga players ng parehong side. Kung hindi, pati yung mga senator judges and even the respondent herself. Kasi, kung tutusin, if that will be applied strictly, palagi ko marami sa kanila nag-violate, even the senator judges who have somehow crossed the line in revealing their own biases on this issue. Remember, meron pang nag-post ng isang video na obviously lies naman. So, saan naman papasok yun? Isn't that also going into the violation of the subjudice rule? Diba? So, dapat pag na-issue ng ruling yung Senate presiding officer in this case, dapat applicable sa lahat. Otherwise, hindi magandang tignan na you just give it to one and address it to one party.
Next week daw, siguro after kung matapos nila bukas si Ortonio, isasalang naman yung tatlo na AFP officers daw na pwede rin magbigay ng to shed light on this confidential funds. Ano ba naririnig mo na uliligan nyo din? Will this be very instrumental also in trying to, kasi di ba, lagi pinupus sila Chica mukhang hindi pe-present sila Chica dahil baka daw ulitin lang. Tsaka hostile yun, siyempre, sasabihin lang niya na, confidential nga, puro aliases nga yan mga ginamit namin pangalan. So, baka wala ding magamit o baka nga hindi makuha ng prosecution yung gusto nilang testimonya. So, may mga AFP officers na mukhang mag-testify. Ikaw, ano ang pasa mo doon sa strategy na yun?
Well, I think nagiging careful yung prosecution kasi if they do call si Colonel La Chica, it might not necessarily give to what we call
Yun din ang tingin mo, if ever isalang sila Chica. ang tatanungin, gusto ko masalang sila Chika sapagkat I am after the truth. But naiintindihan din naman natin yung diskarte ng mga abogado in this case. Kasi nga, baka magbigay ng paliwanag na justification na, you know, it's a risk that they are going to take. Ngayon, tungkol doon sa mga ibang members ng Armed Forces in the Philippines, ito ang magiging substantial ng kanilang testimonya ay patungkol doon sa proseso ino-observe sa confidential funds at makikita natin kung paano yung nangyari in the case of the OVP ay taliwas doon sa karaniwang ekspektasyon at pamamaraan kung paano ginagastos itong confidential funds. No? And I think that should be something that we expect. Marami naman doon sa mga nasa intelligence sector at nagsasabi na that this is not the way that confidential funds and even intelligence funds are actually spent. So I think yun yung magiging diskarte ng prosecution next week.
Siyempre, confidential funds yan, it's more of security matter. So, palagay ko marami rin yung expertise ng AFP dyan will be properly handled during the direct examination of prosecution. Di ba ninyo? Di ba?
Correct. And remember, in fact, this was also suggested earlier on by, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, Senator Lacson.
Senator Judge Bing. Tama.
Senator Judge Bing, dahil itanong ninyo yan dun sa mga eksperto kung paano ito ginagasta. And by the names that were identified, if that is the intent of the prosecution, talagang malilinig, makikita natin, Sir Danny. And I've talked to several, you know, several people who are involved in mga ganitong klase ng pag-disperse ng funds na talagang meron silang nakikita violation. And I think that is what we're going to establish next week.
Okay. Sige din, maraming salamat ulit sa oras at ang ibinahagi mo sa amin yung insights mo tungkol dito sa day 18 ng impeachment trial. Maraming salamat and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Meron pa tayong isang trial day for this week.
Anytime, Sir Danny. Maraming salamat po muli.
Okay, yan ho si Dean Ederson Tapia, presidente ho siya ng Philippine Society for Public Administration at professor din yan ng Public Administration ng University of Makati. Okay, bukas o, day 19 na, Wednesday, at syempre meron pa rin tayong special coverage VP Sara Duterte impeachment trial. Ako si Danny po na kayo magbabalik ko bukas. Maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay. Vice President Sara Duterte impeachment trial. The DCMF special coverage. Manalangin sa alas 3 ng hapon. Ay pumalag para sa mga kaluluwa. At ang kalagatan ng awa ay puso para sa sanlibutan. O bukal ng buhay, walang hanggang awa ng Diyos. Yanapin mo ang sanlibutan.
Mabilis.
Ang iyong sarili para sa aming lahat. O banal
Tayo
na
na pala.
dugo at tubig
Mabilis eh.
na dumaloy mula sa puso ni Jesus. Isang bukal ng awa para sa aming lahat. Ako ay nananalig sa iyo. Banal na Diyos, banal na pusbos ang kapangyarihan, banal na walang hanggan. Maawa po kayo sa amin at sa buong sansinukob. Banal na Diyos, banal na pusbos ang kapangyarihan, banal na walang hanggan. Maawa po kayo sa amin at sa buong sansinukob. Banal na Diyos, banal na pusbos ang kapangyarihan, banal na walang hanggan. Maawa po kayo sa
Ay, ayan, na-drop na natin sila. Maraming salamat po. God bless. Paalam po.
amin.